Okay, we're going to start a new sugya today. We're going to begin with the Mishnah on Daf Ayin Gimel Amud Aleph, beginning with the words Ve'elu Hein Shematzilin Osam B'Nafshan. Okay, so the Mishnah here is going to start outlining for us some cases where we see somebody heading off to do an Aveira, and the Torah gives us permission to actually kill them before they commit that Aveira. Says the Mishnah. Ve'eluhain shematzilin osan b'nafshan. These are the people, these are the categories, the cases where you're actually allowed to save somebody and prevent them from doing the Aveira. How? By killing them. So the first case that the Mishnah talks about, which we already mentioned before, is harodif achar chaveiro lehargo. You see somebody chasing after somebody else in order to kill them. So it's not actually you yourself that's being chased, but you're witnessing somebody else, Reuven, chasing Shimon in order to kill him. So that person, that witness, is allowed to go ahead and kill Reuven before Reuven has a chance to kill Shimon. Case number 2, where you're allowed to kill somebody before they commit a certain Aveira. The achar hazachar. So you see a person chasing after a male, chasing after another man to commit certain aveiras. You're actually allowed to kill that person before he has a chance to commit that aveira. The achar hanara ha'amurasa. And you see somebody chasing after a man, chasing after a nara amurasa. Not literally, she's not married actually, like the picture, but she's an engaged woman. She's engaged to somebody else. She's not married yet, and you see a man running after her to commit certain aveiras with her. So you are allowed to kill that man before he commits those aveiros. However, there's a whole bunch of aveiras where even though you see a person about to commit, you're not allowed to kill. You're not allowed to do anything. Says the Mishnah, Aval harodef achar behema. You see a man or a person chasing after an animal in order to commit an aveira with that animal, to have relations actually with that animal. You're not allowed to kill that person. Hamachalas a Shabbos. You see a person getting ready to violate Shabbos. You're not allowed to kill that person either, in order to prevent them from violating Shabbos. The oved avodas kochavim. You see a person getting ready to idol worship, to do any form of avodah zara. You are not allowed to go ahead and kill that person either. You basically just have to let it go. Ein mitzilin osan b'nafshan. You're not allowed to prevent them from doing it with their life. So what actually is that difference between the two categories of cases where you are allowed to kill versus where you're not allowed to kill? So Rashi addresses it. It says Rashi, Aval harodef achar behema. So it says Rashi, liriva, right, to have relations with that animal. The harotu lavod avodas kachavim l'chal Shabbos. Anybody that wants to go commit avodah zara and to be mechal Shabbos. The kol shekain shar krisas umisas based in, and obviously any other case of kares or misas based in. She'enan arayas, right, that don't have a form of arayas, of gili arayas, incorporated into it. Meaning, says Rashi, you're not allowed to kill them in order to save them from the aveira. Ela midavar shehu erva v'yesh baklon v'pagam l'nirdaf. Only if there's a davar erva, meaning there's a certain level of really inappropriateness, or erva literally means nakedness, to the victim involved. Only if there's a davar erva, if there's going to be a real blemish on the victim, are you allowed to kill the person that's about to commit the aveira. So therefore, when it comes to a man chasing another man, there's a real there's going to be a real blemish for that victim, obviously. Or when a man is chasing after an unmarried woman, there's going to be a real pagam, a real blemish for that woman. But when it comes to a man with an animal, or avodah zara, or mechal Shabbos, right? That has to do with the man by himself. That's between him and himself. But when it comes to him and other people, that's when you're allowed to get involved and prevent him from taking advantage of anybody else.